Hello, my name is Marko Matoshevich and I will be your Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight's episode is called I'll Take That. And once again, this episode is sponsored by Markham3D.com. And also, if you enjoy Aussies and Dragons, please head over to the YouTube channel and subscribe and enjoy this evening. You guys, so in this region, there are, every adventurer needs to pay taxes. That's, death and taxes is the one thing guaranteed in life. Here it's no different. You guys haven't made enough from your adventures to be making enough to contribute to your taxes. So what you can do is register with a corporation, and what they do, or an agency, and what they do is they find other people to pay your taxes, but you got to do a quest for them. And so you guys have signed up for this quest, and they have assigned you a kind of be like a guard, as you just need to help someone get from point A to point B. And you guys are assigned to help a Isaacson to get them from Chisholm to Manning, which, it's almost like a day's journey. And so, Burger, as you approach Chisholm, you can see Isaacson in front of two horses and a wagon, and there's just some goods on the back. Can you see Isaacson? He's a bit of an old chap, bit of a jolly. He's a little bit round. He's clean shaven though, and he's still very well kept. He's, obviously got a bit of money if he can afford to do this. He's got very clean clothes, very dressy. And so you arrive to the wagon first. Is there anything you want to do?
I'll just go up and introduce myself. Just a point of order. Just want to make sure Isaacson's the guy that we're escorting, correct?
He says, "Oh yes, I'm Isaacson."
Good to meet you.
Good to meet
I'm
you.
Amira.
Mira.
Yep.
And what are you? Are you human? I eyesight's a little bit poor.
Yeah, every time, man. I'm a tiefling, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I've got the horns and the fangs and the pointy tail.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh. So, Luke, you start approaching. Can you describe to me what Mira would be seeing as you walk up?
So as I approach, Mira sees a fairly young sort of an elf walking towards her. Kind of a little bit short for an elf, wearing a fair bit of black clothing and kind of walking, trying not to be noticed.
And as you approach Isaacson and Mira, Isaacson says, "You must be the other one, I assume?"
Yes, hello, I'm Sneevo.
Sneevo?
Bless you.
I get that a lot. Thank you.
Oh, this is going to be a fun journey, I say. So, how do you guys want to approach this? He offers for you guys to jump in the cart with him. Do you want to walk along the cart?
So first I just try to sort of size Mira up and see whether I think she can handle herself in a fight.
Do you just want to just roll a perception? Let's have a look.
A 9.
You know she's a tiefling. That's
okay. Noted. Yep. I'll take that information on board.
Isaacson goes, "Oh, radio, let's just head off then. We'll head off to Manning. we're going through some woods. It'll be pleasant. It's nice, the forest. Oh, it's got wood oaks and delightful. And so he waits for you guys to hop on.
Yeah, I'll hop on the front with him. As I swing up, can I try and take a peek in the back and see what it is that we're carrying in the cart?
Yeah, sure. It's all an open cart. It's not enclosed. So it's you can see that there's a few boxes that have open tops. There's some like fruit and food stuff, but there is one chest in there that you don't know what that is.
Okay.
I'm going to hop up on the back and use the chest as a seat.
Excellent. So off you guys go out of Chisholm. So Chisholm is a bit of a small town, probably only maybe 120, 130 buildings. All the buildings are stone, with thatching roof. And as you start going out, there's people there. They're happy. They wave, hello, goodbye, thank you very much for coming. And Isaacson's waving back to them as well. Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, I'll remember to go to that pub next time as well. Yes, we'll go and have a drink together. As he's, cruising along. Slowly go off.
While he's a bit distracted, if I just kind of probe this chest a little bit, do I think I could open it?
You see that there's a heavy duty lock on the front of it.
Okay, thanks.
And
Do I see him kind of fiddling with the chest?
Are you fiddling with the chest, or are you just looking at the chest?
I'm just having a little bit of a look at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Slowly the houses become more sparse. You go into farmland, and there's lots of farmland here. And Isaacson keeps just talking, and he sings to himself, and he tells you about his family and his children. He tells you about his hometown of Louisa, about how he grew up there, and he's it's enjoyable listening to him. But by hour 4 or 5, he starts to slow down, like it starts to get a little bit more annoying. But he just keeps talking.
I've tuned out of the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am just giving nods and basically saying, oh, yeah, tell me more. Just out of robotic.
And can I get you guys now to do, as you guys enter a forest, can I get you to do a perception check for me, please?
16.
17.
For that time that you guys have tuned down, all of a sudden the silence has more awakened you. He stopped talking. And as you look next to him, almost like in between his chest and his arm, there's a massive arrow that's sticking out.
Do we know where it came from?
The front. Somewhere towards the front. And he's kind of like quiet, and he's kind of like doing a deep breath, like...
How far are we from the woods on each side?
So you've got about 10 feet either side before you go into the trees.
Can we see anyone in the woods nearby, or is it completely... I
want to do a survival check to see if you can
Okay.
actually see things in these woods.
That's a natural 20.
Oh,
So 21 total.
so you see there's 2 humanoids ahead of you, and there's also one to your left that's been just kind of hiding in a bush. He's pretty well hidden. He hasn't done anything, and you're assuming those 2 at the front would have done something.
Okay.
So at the moment, the cart's stopped.
I'm going to jump off the back of the cart and try to hide behind it.
All right. Do a stealth check with a disadvantage. Purely for the fact is that you're on the back of a cart sitting on a chest and you kind of just jump off.
I fail that.
While we're at it, let's roll for initiative.
All right. Oh. My initiative is 3.
20.
Shit.
Shivo. And Isaacson. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, you're even worse. All right. Shiro, what are you doing?
Was that me? Sneevo?
Sneevo. That's not Sneevo.
Perfect. Okay, so I am going to stick my head out and try to shoot with my short bow at some of the guys in front of us.
In front? Okay, cool. So I'm not going to give you advantage because you're not exactly sure where they are. So disadvantage overrules the... Well, anyway, just roll to attack.
21.
Oh, you've peeked your head out and you've stepped out a little bit further and you can see him and you've picked him. This arrow sails through the air. You can see that it hits one of them in the chest, kind of knocking the other guy more into view. Can you roll your damage?
8 damage.
Okay. All right. The bandit that he just hit fires.
I'm also going to cunning action hide again.
Okay. Is that automatically hide?
No, I
You
can
gotta
roll
roll.
for stealth for it.
Yes.
15.
You hide. He's lost sight of you, and he just pegs an arrow to where your arrow came from, but misses completely. And so does the other guy as he tries to come back. Mira, what are you doing?
I am going to kind of just barrel roll backwards so that I'm in the cart and kind of a little bit more hidden.
Yep.
Or at least covered a little bit. And then so there are 2 in front of us. I'm going to cast Burning Hands on them. So I will need a dexterity saving throw from those 2 guys. It's a 15-foot cone.
From both of them?
Yeah. I'm assuming that they're somewhat near each other.
Yes. So one of them saves, the other one does not.
Okay.
So roll your damage.
Yeah.
I stick my head up at this point and say, "Yeah, boy."
So it's 10 points of damage to the one that saves and 5 to the one that doesn't.
Cool.
And then I am just going to be yelling at Sneezo, to the left, to the left, to the left. And just as a bonus action, I am going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. So it gives me +2 to my AC.
Cool. Isaacson's kind of like, and he's unsure what to do. He's seen these arrows now have exchanged. He's seen the fireball come through, and he's kind of just like pulled out a dagger and just done this throw, sailed in the air, and you can see that it's hit one of the bandits with one with the arrow, and it's just hit him square in the head and just taken him out altogether, and he's just dropped to the ground. The bandit from the bush rushes Isaacson with a short sword. However, he misses and he kind of hits the wheel of the wagon. Sneevo.
I am going to. I've seen this guy rush Isaacson now,
Yes.
so I'm going to pull the short bow out and shoot at him.
Yep.
Do I get sneak attack bonus?
Yes, you will.
Okay. Oh, that was a good roll. 16 damage. Wait,
You
gotta
still got,
roll a hit first.
yeah, got to roll a hit.
16 to hit.
So as you kind of do this turn around the wagon, you pull the bow out, and you've just put so much effort into it that this arrow is kind of like gone through his arm, through his chest, and just pushed him sideways onto the ground, and he's kind of slid 5 feet along the ground. The bandit ahead has seen his two mates have just been obliterated, and he kind of turns and runs into the woods. Mira.
Get him, Mira.
Yep. I'm just going to stand up and I'm just gonna chuck a Eldritch Blast after him as he's running. We'll roll. So that's 17 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. And oh no, that's 1 point of damage.
So you can kind of like through the trees, you aim and you fire this beam through the trees, and it more kind of it hits him and it knocks him, and he kind of wobbles as he runs a little bit, but he's still able to keep going. Isaacson.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you're still going.
I'm sorry, I was gonna see if I could grab Isaacson and like pull him into the back of the cart with us, in case there are more people who are gonna shoot.
Yep. So you pull him back. Just do a strength check for me.
Sure. Oh, that's a 7. Okay, 7.
So with your little tiefling hands, you grab him, but you're just kind of like, oh, come on. But he's not moving because he's still kind of with the shock of
Yeah, he's too hefty.
a dude flying or sliding along the ground just next to him. Isaacson kind of looks at you pulling on him, and he kind of understands, and he just pushes you off a little bit and has a look at the wheel. And he kind of continues to look around, but he doesn't see anything else. Snero, is there anything else you want to do?
Is the guy still within short bow range?
Yes, you'd still be able to collect him.
All right, I'm going to take another shot at him. 7.
This arrow just kind of hits the tree past him as he just kind of runs off, and he's able to escape now deeper into the forest, and you guys lose sight of him as he's about 60 feet into the forest.
I kind of shrug at Mira and say, well, you did better than me.
It's all good.
That was rather inconvenient. I'm glad you guys are here. This thing actually worked.
Are you okay? You took an arrow to the chest. Are you feeling all right?
No, it was in between the chest and the arm. It was kind of like, you know.
Like one of those fake shots when you're playing with a kid.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
Silly bandits. All right, let's carry on. And so, whoosh, and the horses begin to move off slowly. And you continue down along this road for, half an hour.
I ask that we
an
continue
hour.
just a little bit more slowly, just in case.
He goes, oh, absolutely.
As we're riding along, just because I'm feeling a bit itchy, like we're gonna have some more trouble, can I just kind of cast mage armor on myself just as we're going along?
Absolutely. Doesn't
Thanks.
mage arm only last for an hour?
Mage armor lasts for 8
Right.
hours. Shield of Faith lasts for 10 minutes, so.
You're fine. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So, you progress through this forest. The trees become a little bit more dense. The trees... It's kind of weird. Actually, can you guys do a survival check for me?
That one.
8.
Cool. Wonderful trees. They're very pretty and green. As you guys continue on for another hour or so, you see that it just feels colder and darker in this area. Isaacson goes, "Ew, that's a bit of a weird smell. Do you smell that? Perception check me."
Oh my god. 6.
12.
It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest smell, and you guys just cannot put your nose to it. It's something as that's not good. I suggest we pick up the pace. Can we pick up the pace?
Yeah?
Is that better than stopping and looking?
I've smelled this before. It's almost like the smell. It can't be here, but I swear it's like the smell of undead. I'm just.
Where have you smelled undead before?
Oh, my dear, I've been around for quite some time. This isn't my first rodeo. Wait a minute, I've changed voice. That's fine.
How's the weather? Is it dark at all where we are at the moment?
It's starting to get cold. It's starting to get a bit darker, but you're not sure if it's because it's dark or because of the tree overgrowth.
Do you want me to sneak around and take a look?
Yeah, just a little one.
So,
All right. I'm going to ask to stop the horses, and I'll hop off the wagon and attempt to be a little bit stealthy as I creep forward.
so he stops it. The horses stop and how do you want to check scout ahead? This dirt road has been kind of windy. It's a well-used road.
So I want to hop off, and I kind of want to go into the bushes just on the side.
Yep.
I'll head down the right-hand side just because some dude was on the left before.
Yep. Okay. Do you want to do just a stealth check? It's a very weak stealth check, but
13.
yep. So you're able to. You leave Mira, Isaacson, the two horses, and you head down the right-hand side of this road. And how far do you want to go?
How long has it been getting cold for? Or how long has this smell been kind of near us?
I'm going to probably say the last 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, so I probably only want to check about 50-odd meters down the road to start with and just see if I see anything.
Yeah. So you sneak along the side of the road. Do you want to do a perception check for me?
10.
Looking around into the forest, you don't see anything. There's nothing that's sticking out.
Okay, I'll go a little bit further. Let's say another 50 meters.
Yep. Are you trying to still be visible to Mira?
No, I want to be hidden from everything.
All right. Mira, do you want to try and keep track of him, or do you just want to let him go?
I mean, I don't want to leave the cart, so
Yeah.
I will just try and creep along slowly just so I can keep him in visual range.
So you're gonna try and. So what I'm asking is, do you want to try and see him, or are you gonna try and just let him go?
I'll try and see him.
All right. Do you want to roll a perception check? Just see if you can.
Yeah. So that's a natural 20.
So you see him. You see everywhere he goes, and all the sticks that he steps over, all the bushes that he goes through.
But I don't think she can because I think I'm sneaky.
Correct. Do another perception check when you get next 50 feet.
12.
So once again, you still don't see anything. You do smell it though, but it's no stronger than it was back there.
All right, I'm going to kind of hop up looking a little bit defeated. Just walk back down the road towards Mira being like, meh, I don't know, can't see anything.
So you walk back, get onto the wagon, jump on. Can we go now? Can we just let's try and get through this last bit?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. I ready my short bow, and if I see something undead looking, I'm going to try and shoot it.
So
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep my eyes out on the road ahead of us and kind of the trees and see if I can just watch for anything moving or creeping as we're going.
So as you go ahead, he snaps the reins and the horses take off a little bit faster, and it's about 130 feet and there's a dirt pothole, and that wheel that was hit by the bandit hits this pothole and the wheel just kind of breaks. And the whole wheel just falls off, and the horses try and keep pulling, but they just can't.
Sorry, I was looking for undead, not potholes.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta stop, and I'll go, I guess, take a look at the wheel and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it.
I am disappointed my taxes are not paying for this, by the way.
You don't even pay tax.
No, Isaacson's paying for this.
Well, the little that I do pay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. From here, you see, as this cart has stopped, 3 zombies coming in from the left-hand side, and you see 4 coming in from the right-hand side. But because you guys were ready, I'll let you guys just... What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna burning hands him again.
Cool. So you should be able to
Yep.
hit on the left hand, on the right hand.
It was the left that had 4.
The right had 4, the left had 3.
That's the side I'll go for.
The 4. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do...
So it's a dex save.
That's right. They'll do a dex save for 2 of them. Oh, they saved both.
Pooh. Well, it's 16 damage, so have to 8 each.
Cool.
I'm going to make a quick assessment. How are they looking?
So those 2 were hit quite hard. And the other ones just seem like undead.
All right, I'm going to try put an arrow through one of the ones that already got burnt.
Cool.
Nat 1.
So as you pull your bow back so tight, it actually snaps the bow.
Awesome.
Nat 1s are very bad.
I'm very disappointed in my partner at the moment, and really, really regretting joining this tax scheme. This is some bullshit right here.
Isaacson throws a knife, and he's able to collect one of them, and the zombie goes down, and it looks like he stays down. So now there's kind of like 3 and 3 on either side. They are about 45 feet away from you, But now that they've all kind of gotten grasp of you, they all turn. And let's roll for initiative.
Seven.
19.
Sneebo. Sneebo, what are you doing?
I did not bring a spare bow today, so I am going to pull out my rapier and run forward and try to stab the one that also got burnt, but he's still up.
So they're about 45 feet away. Can you make 45 feet?
Ooh, no, I'm 35.
So what do you want to do?
I might actually then just pull an arrow out of my quiver and just try to throw it at him.
Oh
Cool.
my god.
Roll to hit. Go on.
Improvise weapon rules for what do I add?
Nah, I'm just going to allow it. Just throw it.
All right, so I got a 16.
16.
No bonus.
Bam. Hits him. Roll a d4.
1.
So that zombie's kind of, it's still walking forward and it's just got this arrow just stuck in it at the moment. Isaacson, he just pulls out a short sword and he just waits for them to get closer and he kind of just stands in the middle of the cart, just ready for them just to get a bit closer. Mira.
So I am going to firebolt whichever one is closest.
Yep.
To us. So that's a 13 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Excellent. So they take oops, sorry, wrong die. Cool. They take 6 points of fire damage.
So you're attacking the one that was already burnt?
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna go for whoever is closest. So yeah.
That
if
one,
they're all in a line, I'll go for that one. Awesome.
That one catches fire, and you can see kind of like the body kind of convulses and shrivels up and just kind of like falls to the ground.
Oh, cool. Question for temporary hit points. If you're already at your max hit points, do you gain those on top?
I think it is, yes.
Excellent. So
For now, let's just do that.
Cool. I just gained 5 temporary hit points.
Sick.
Yeah. And then I've got a light crossbow.
Yep.
So I am just gonna turn to Sneezo and just with the most disappointed, disapproving look on my face, just hand it to him and just say, you know, maybe you'll be some good with this. If you break it, I'll kill you.
Can I ask for some bolts too?
Oh yeah. You can have my bolts. Unless you're just gonna chuck the crossbow.
All the zombies kind of move in, and they're all about like 25 feet away from the wagon at the moment. So there's two on the right, 3 on the left.
Can I just check my knowledge? Do I think zombies can climb trees?
You're a history check? Roll me a history.
8.
Well, it doesn't make sense that they could climb a tree. I don't know.
Are there any trees between me and them?
Yes, there would be.
Okay, I'm going to jump off the cart and try to get up a tree.
On the left-hand side or the right-hand side?
Right-hand side, because there's only 2 left there, right?
Correct. So, jump off the cart, do an acrobatics if you can climb up the tree.
Nat 20.
Like, just this jump. Unbelievable. It's kind of like the 1 step, 2 step, and you're up in the tree, balancing on a branch. What do you do?
Okay, so I look back at Mira and kind of wink, and then I take the crossbow and shoot one of the zombies.
Mira's almost impressed, but then she remembered that this little dickhead just tried to throw an arrow.
But it did hit. Roll to hit.
14.
That hits. Roll your damage. What's a light crossbow?
1d8 plus what's
Dexterity.
plus yeah.
So 5 damage.
Hits this zombie in the head. The bolt kind of like goes through the head, and it's just sticking out a little bit, but it's still upright. That was on the right. Isaacson just continues to hold his ground. Mira.
Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna firebolt him again.
The one that.
There's there are 2 left?
There's 2 on the right. There's 3 on the left.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. For some reason I thought we were only down to like 2 zombies. Okay, and you said they're about 25 feet from
They're
us?
about 25 feet, yep.
Okay. Psych. I'm gonna jump out of the cart and just kind of back up a little bit so that I'm further away from them.
Yep.
So back up about 20 feet.
Yep.
And then I will go ahead and there's one that Sneezo just hit with a bolt.
Yes.
And I will firebolt that one.
All right. Roll to hit.
So that is an 11 to hit.
That does hit. These are pretty stupid zombies.
Okay. So that's 8 points of damage to him.
That one catches on fire, and you can see that it starts convulsing and like gets sucked in, and it goes down as well.
Cool. I'm just gonna kind of make eye contact with Sneezo in the tree and kind of hold up my finger like a little finger gun and just blow over it.
I'm impressed.
The 3 zombies on the left kind of get within 5 feet of the cart. The one zombie left on the right continues to walk forward, but the 2 zombies that you guys have killed rise back up.
Fuck.
And they're kind of looking up at the tree like, oh. Snero.
I yell to Mira that I think she should climb up a tree too. And then I'm going to crossbow one of the ones within 5 feet of the cart. Do I get a sneak attack?
On the left-hand side, yes.
Yep, I'll go for that one. And a 13 to hit.
That's hits.
And it does 16 damage.
So this bolt, you've lined it up, sails through the air next to Isaacson and hits this one zombie in the chest. That cavity just explodes. And you can see that the zombie drops to the ground and just lies still. Isaacson, he gets ready to attack, but he's just still waiting for them to kind of get to that wagon so he can kind of swing at him from the head height. Mira, you've got
Oh, sorry.
3 zombies under Snero. One's hasn't been touched, the other 2 are badly damaged, and there's 2 zombies on the left of the cart.
Okay. So I am going to run to a tree.
Yep.
On the left-hand side of the cart and climb up it. And while I'm running, can I yell at Isaacson, "What are you waiting for?" And then
And he responds, "I'm waiting for them to get closer so I can just chop off their heads."
Fuck. Okay. And then I guess once I get up in the tree, I am just gonna firebolt the one that got damaged last round.
Yep.
Which is a 14 to hit.
So that hits.
Ow. Poo, and he takes 2 points of damage.
This thing falls down again.
That's all I can do.
Can you do a perception check for me? Both of you, sorry.
Yeah,
18.
so that's a 9.
So, Mira, because you're distracted, you just got up to that tree and you've just taken out this one zombie. You don't notice what Snero sees, and that's just kind of like this multitude of undead just coming out of the trees. And from what you can see, you see like 7 or 8. And they're all about, 60 feet away in all directions around this cart. Snero, what do you want to do?
So they're coming from like further down the road as well, or just from the forests on the side?
Just everywhere.
I yell to Mira that we've got a lot more incoming. And then I stop and ponder for a second. Do I think we could make a break past them and just run? I'm kind of do the maths in my head. I know I'm pretty fast.
You might have to, from what you've seen, you might have to take 1 or 2 zombies out on the way through. But yes, you probably could. So you're about 10 feet away from the cart. Mira, you've stepped back about 20 feet and gone up a tree. So you're probably about 20 feet away from the cart behind. And Isaacson's on the cart.
How many horses do we have?
2. So probably
Am I like high up enough I could potentially like launch myself and jump?
No, you wouldn't be making that distance.
No, I don't. Okay. So
Snero, what do you want to do?
Okay, and I've got like 2 zombies below me directly.
You've got 3. 2 that are... Oh, no, sorry, yes. 2. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to jump out of the tree towards one of the zombies, and I'm going to pull out my rapier and my short sword actually to try to cut its head off.
Cool. Let's do this. Do an athletics check for me.
A 20 again.
Roll to hit with an advantage.
20.
So you've jumped out of this tree and just sailed through and slashed this zombie. Just what was the damage? What damage have you done?
6 damage.
You've just like sliced this zombie in half. I think you think just because of the force of coming down and the using gravity as an advantage, you just cut this zombie in half.
But his head's definitely off his body, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm then going to use my cunning action to disengage, and I want to disengage towards where the horses are.
Cool. You are able to reach the horses. Isaacson takes a swing at one of the zombies. However, he's just not being able to connect. He's just standing too far back and he's a little bit off balance in the back of the wagon, but he's just swinging his short sword around. Mira, what are you doing?
So I am up this tree and I'm looking around, seeing these guys I've blasted, and they're coming back, and I'm kind of starting to lose my cool a little bit. So I just kind of like scream down from the tree, like, "What the hell am I supposed to do? I can't cut them. I don't have anything that I can do. What do I do?" And then I kind of see him going for the horse, but I can't get down from this tree. I don't think I can do that. I don't know what to do. So I am going. I'm just gonna do another firebolt, I guess, and that's a 16 plus a 5.
The ones next to Isaacson?
Yep.
Cool. Hits.
Yep. Oh my god, it's 2 points of damage.
Kind of like just burns the zombie and he kind of looks at you, but he...
Sunburn. And I'm just gonna kind of try and yell at Sneezo and say, what are we doing? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
So you see these zombies, the two next to Isaacson are trying to climb up onto the wagon. The one that got shot with the bolt somehow manages to stand back up. And now that you guys look around a little bit more, you can see that there is a lot of zombies. Can I get you guys to do a perception check for me?
That's a 3.
19.
So, only yourself, Sneezo, and Isaacson are able to hear someone from the side yell, "Get down!" Do you get down?
Yes.
You see Isaac kind of jump off the cart. And because you've kind of gotten prone, the mirror, you're able to see this kind of like white pulse about chest height come out from the woods and radiate and hits all these zombies and just cuts them in half. And you can just hear like a magnitude of zombies, just those that scream, the moans, and just they all just get obliterated.
I kind of stick my head up and look at Mira and be like, "Did you do that?"
And I'm gonna shake my head and say, "No, but I want to learn how to do that."
Isaacson kind of lifts his head and goes, "Oh, that was different," as he's like got corpses of zombies next to him. As you guys turn up and you look over into the right side of the road, you can see a human stepping out with tattered robes. He's got kind of like a hood over his face and he's holding a staff. The robes are a kind of like a leaf green but dark. It's almost like he's wearing camouflage. But he steps out and he takes off his hood and says, "Oh, what's the voice? It was very lucky I was here protecting you.